The Special Advisor, Youth Empowerment and the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Taraba State Chapter, invites all youth groups in the state to register for Taraba State Youth Transformation Initiative. Registration is free. The Taraba Youth Transformation Initiative is strategically designed to identify and equip youth groups with skills to enhance youth development. Registration will take place in all the 168 political wards in Taraba State. Registration starts 31st of March 2020.
Hello, good morning, Nigeria. You're welcome to the Sun TV Morning Show. I am your host, Abraham Manajoda, and I'm thrilled to start the day with you. As the great Maya Angelou once said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Today, let's strive to do better and make a fantastic day. Believe in yourself and the power of a brand new day, because as the saying goes, believe you can and you're halfway there. And don't forget, a smooth sea never makes a skilled tailor. So let's navigate life's up and downs together. So grab a seat, because a morning without Sun TV Morning Show is like a hug without the squeeze. And as Thomas Edison said, who failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb, said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Let's draw inspiration from Edison's perseverance and tackle our challenges with courage and determination. It's going to be an amazing day, and I'm honored to share it with you. And also sharing the day with you here is Mr. Ira Daniel Kukwen, the Director of News and Current Affairs on Sun TV. Good morning, Mr. Ira.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome to the morning show today.
Thank you very much.
It's an amazing day, and I think we are honored to share it with Nigerians and people all over the world watching Sun TV.
It's a great day. Arise and shine, Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning. I think we always start with the weather.
Yeah, just like we've been experiencing for the past few days, the weather has improved in the sense that normally towards the morning hours, it is not as hot as it used to be, maybe. But I think some people are speculating that it's not actually good for, that's to say that the rains will not be here soon, because the hotter the weather becomes, the sooner the rain comes. I think that is the analysis.
Okay, the hotter the, well, I think I would check this with the weather experts, and I think there's some sense in it. Yeah, the hotter the atmosphere gets heated up, and what do you call it? Is it conventional rainfall? I'm forgetting my geography. Okay, thank you very much, Nigeria. You're welcome to this show, and we just have to let you know that we're going to go into the newspaper analysis, and probably later we'll open the lines for you to call in. But for now, let us do some analysis, because I know Nigerians are waiting to hear their views on what is going on in the country. Yeah. So let us hit the ground running. I'll start with the Daily Trust here. Okay. The Daily Trust newspaper, as the headlines, I said, Rivers crisis, Labour threatening protest over emergency rule. And then another story here, say constitutional amendment, Rest moves to stop governorship election cases at appeal court. So another story here, that 33 years after Ambassador Yahya Kwande emerges long qua. That's a good one for Ambassador Yahya Kwande. I think he was former secretary of the PDP. He also once a member of the BOT, and also headed the chairman of the Benue Cement Company in the early 90s or 80s, in the late 80s and early 90s. Okay, the major headlines here say 2027, I don't know if I will run, says Atiku. That is quite interesting. And let me see what they have for us on that story. And that's a story that interests me there, because Atiku is like a big factor in 2027. Will he run? Will he not run? Whether he runs or not will determine what the opposition will present. I strongly believe that there's a coalition Atiku running or not, we decide who will pick the ticket. So he said Atiku made the remark in a yet-to-be-heard interview for a television show on Top Stories with Adesua Agiwa-Osage, scheduled for broadcast today, but exclusively obtained by Daily Trust. It's an exclusive interview report here. And the former president candidate of the People's Democratic Party recently announced the formation of a coalition of opposition leaders to wrest power from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. However, there have been widespread speculation about who will lead the coalition and emerge as presidential candidate. The former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi and former Kaduna State Governor Sirel Rufai being considered among its key figures. When asked if he will be running for the presidency in 2027, Atiku said, I don't know, because there has to be, first of all, a viable platform more than any other time in the political history of this country, particularly since the return of democracy. I think if you look, if they really want to strategize, I think the question of, he made a very good answer in a very good way. The question of having a formidable platform, a viable platform, is of more importance now than who exactly will run. It is when you have this formidable platform, a viable one, and the conditions attached to this platform, how it was created, the kind of people it was able to bring around, and maybe there may be collapse of parties, and that is what will determine who will run. And I think in the article was wise there to make this statement, at least to douse some tension. Don't you think so?
Yes, I have one or two observations I will need to make concerning the statement of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. You know, if Atiku is saying now that he is not sure whether he will contest for 2027 or not, it means I don't know when he will be ready, because I think time is running out against him. Will he be a good candidate at that point in time if he decides to contest? Maybe he's already behind schedule, because I expect him to have prepared himself immediately after the last election, because there's this saying that immediately this election is completed, the next election campaign for next election has commenced. So I don't know why he's still saying at this point in time that he's not sure whether he will contest or not. And I think that is a way of indicting himself as a member of PDP, as a stakeholder, as a senior member of the PDP. Because as it stands now, he's saying PDP is not, though he has not specifically mentioned that, but the statement is indicative that the platform that is existing as a PDP is not longer viable for him, because he's still talking about the viable platform. There's something that happened before 2015 election. A coalition of political parties came together, and that was how I believe they were able to unseat President Jonathan Goodluck. If this coalition is formed finally, and maybe Atiku is given it the platform to run, they may be able to wreak a havoc. If they don't unseat, they'll be able to wreak a havoc on the aspirations of the sitting government of doing Tazarchi. You understand?
Okay, yes.
So if all things goes on well and a new coalition is being formed and Atiku is being given the platform, he has a chance of becoming the next president of Nigeria. But the concern is that as it stands now, he's still not ready.
No, I think I disagree with you there. There is still a coalition being formed. It will be very, very counterproductive for anybody to begin to talk about his ambitions for now. And also talking about a viable platform. If the PDP as it stands now, it is polarized. He's a politician. He knows what he's saying. He doesn't need to play to the gallery and say the PDP is the largest party in Nigeria, is this. We saw what happened in the last election. And if you ask me, the major people in the opposition in different parties are all members of the PDP. So there's a need for the front to be formidable and viable, just like the APC did, the AMPP, the CPC, and they had to collapse their structures into one point to make it viable, to wrest power from a sitting government. And also, if he begins to talk about his ambitions now, it is going to throw spanners into the wheels of that. So to me, the wisdom there is, let us get this platform first. When we get to that bridge, we will cross it. Because if he begins to talk of personal ambition, I'm telling you, it's going to lead to more problems. He's as prepared, someone that has been contesting since 2007. As a matter of fact, not 2007, since 1992, he has been contesting for president. So we know that he's always ready. So the fact, the question of him being ready is not, it shouldn't arise. But I think he's just trying to play the role of a matured politician. There's no point hitting up. There's enough time if there's a viable distance for us to for them to come together and present a front. So when the time comes, if the viable platform say that Atiku is the man, yes, but he shouldn't at this point be all about I will run, I will run, I will run. The thing is that he's not sure. I don't know, because there has to be first of all a viable platform.
Maybe that's what is contained in that statement. If it is like that, I can't help but agree with you too. But let it not be that a situation will come and Atiku will say, it was, I was pressured, I think this is a clear,
I was nominated. Let me read this statement,
okay,
which to me, whatever happens after this statement will justify it.
All right.
He said, when asked he will be running for the presidency in 2027, Atiku said, I don't know, because there has to be first of all a viable platform. More than any other time in political history of this country, particularly since the return of democracy. So there has to be a viable platform at this point. Now it is not even 2023 whereby the PDP was on it. So now as it stands, they know that there has to be a coalition. And until that coalition comes, until that is settled, everybody's ambitions should be buried for now. Should be kept at the background. Now, when the coalition comes, now the real politicking of who becomes the candidate comes up. Let us not dwell too much. Do you have any story there that we can take on?
Yes, let's go to the Punch. The Punch has $1 for petrol. Marketers protests Dangote export fuel to U.S. and others. There's this story again on the Punch that talk about First Bank files appeal, injunction and stay of execution. Cargo remains under arrest. Then the major story on the cover page of the Punch is sexual harassment hearing. Senator Ezekwesili clash. INEC faults Natasha's recall process. As ex-minister slams Senate over bias in sexual harassment case, hearing adjourned indefinitely. There's this story again still on the cover page of the Punch newspaper. It said CBN plans fresh battle against forex speculators as Naira slides. Still on the cover of the Punch, discourse rake in 509 billion naira amidst cereal grid collapse. They are making profits while grids are collapsing. All right, to the story on the match played yesterday between Nigeria and Zimbabwe. It said Zimbabwe deem Eagles World Cup hope after Oyo's stalemate. Before I go to the major story which has caught my interest, and I'd like to discuss, let's discuss the Nigerian match yesterday.
Well,
what really happened?
Football happened. You take your foot off the gas and you get punished. That is exactly what happened. They did what they had to do. They got the goal at the 70th minute, and what they had to do was just to consolidate and hold on to that goal. But just a slip of concentration, a brief loss of concentration, and the Warriors of Zimbabwe, they pounced and they got their equalizing goal. And one thing about minute goals is that it weakens the morals of the player, and you have less time to come back. Well, it's a draw. Anything can still happen. They should just take the lessons from the draw and build on it. Anything can still happen. We have 4 more matches to go.
Well, some of us were disappointed, though you guys talk about that's how football is, but I was wondering how Zimbabwe will have draw a match with Nigeria. You know,
maybe you've been watching football in the past. There are no more minors in football. No more minors. I'm someone that watched the game of football for years, and I've seen that football has evolved over the years. The years whereby you say, you are Brazil, you are Argentina, and you walk over. The last World Cup won by Argentina. The first match, Saudi Arabia defeated Lionel Messi led Saudi Arabia. It was just a loss of concentration, and they were taken out they were defeated by Saudi Arabia. Now football has evolved to a point whereby, if you look at the Zimbabwean players, these are players that play in top leagues in Africa. Some of them play for Mamelodi Sundowns, who has won the CAF Confederations Cup. Some play for Buffalo Bullets of this. So these are clubs that we may not be watching, but they are professional players in their own right. And some of them play together. There's this chemistry between them. They might not have the star, they may not be as star-studded as the Super Eagles, but they have players who understand what it means to play together. So when you give them this chance, they hit you hard, and they will come with a strategy to ensure that you don't score. So what they just need to do is just to hold on to the game. They have nothing to lose. The pressure is on you. You are the one that say that you prove that you are the big team. They have not. If they lose, good. If they don't, they pick a result. It's all good for them. Football has evolved. There are no more minors in football, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Zimbabwe has proven that they are actually not a minor, because they actually played very, very well. Now let's go to the major story on the cover page of The Punch. It talks about tension ran high on Tuesday during the hearing of sexual harassment petition filed by Kogi Central lawmakers, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, as members of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Petition engaged in a heated exchange with former Education Minister Obi Ezekwesili. While the senators engaged Ezekwesili in what the Independent National Electoral Commission gave the embattled Kogi lawmaker temporary respite, as it faulted the petitioners for not complying with the recall guidelines. Akpoti-Uduaghan was suspended by the Senate on March 6, following a heated disagreement with the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, over a new sitting arrangement, which she alleged was designed to undermine her. The crisis escalated when it was just, this story is talking about how finally the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges decided to go on with the hearing of the accusations leveled against the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. And she was, Obi Ezekwesili, who was a former Minister of Education, decides to throw her support to Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan. And at the end of the day, war of words ensued, and somehow it was indefinitely suspended again. What do you think about this? Do you think this is fair? Do you think she should be treated as such? What is actually going on?
I think, first of all, we need to understand that the Senate of the National Assembly and the Senate should be given all respect. Any standing committee in the Senate should be accorded the respect it deserves, whether you're a senator or you're a petitioner or a Nigerian. We need to understand the fact that the legislature needs all respect. With all due respect, I watched some of the proceedings yesterday. Now, the petition was submitted by a petitioner from Kogi Central, Suberu Yakubu, his legal counsel, Abiola Akinyode, and Ezekwesili, who appeared before the committee as a witness. Now, the petitioner, that is the person of Suberu Yakubu, accused the senators of bias and unfair handling of the petition filed against the Senate President, and he said he does not have confidence in the committee. So the committee...
No, I think he was talking about the leadership of the committee. He said, but things got... When the petitioner urged the chairman of the committee, Senator Neda Amaswen, to step down over the manner he has so far handled the sexual harassment.
Let me tell you something. You brought a petition before a standing committee, and you say you don't have faith in them.
In the chairman of the committee.
Chairman. Yeah. So what they said is that if you are a petitioner and you don't have faith, you say we are biased about this, because I watched the video. If that is the case, there is no point.
Do you think they are fair in the sense that
no, I'm not. You know, let me take cover. You don't have. If you come and say, I don't have faith in you,
in a chairman,
then you don't have to submit because the chairman can't step down. They have to go back. He is the chairman of a standing committee. He's the chairman of a standing committee. So they can't look into that petition
until the chairman is being reassigned from the Senate.
For that sitting. I don't think that sitting should hold any longer.
Does it mean that if the chairman fell sick or something happens to him, will there not be sittings for that standing committee any further?
There's a difference between sickness and saying you don't have faith. Now, no matter what happens, the chairman still is the chairman of that committee.
My point is, don't you think it will be fair for the chairman to just say, okay, because the reason is that the chairman has already indicated that this is...
Please, can you tell me how he has indicated? Let's not speculate. Because I watched the setting.
Not yesterday. The petitioner...
Okay, can you give me... can the petitioner give instances where there are these biases?
Before that petition was submitted,
yes,
there are instances in the floor of the Senate.
I want instances where they will point to. To me, I think if you go to a committee and that thing keeps happening, you say you don't have faith or they are biased. We should be careful on the words we use. We are biased. Now, if you are biased, then there is no point submitting your petition.
No.
What you have to do is because if I was the one, I won't sit.
Well, I disagree with you on this because the petition was submitted to the committee.
Yes.
You understand? And if the petitioner has one or two issues against the chairman of the committee, he has the right, you understand, to say, okay, you have proven in previous instances in your position, in this case, on national TV, because there are recordings of there are recordings of their proceedings and where Senator Neda Maswin has indicated that he is against the accusations. You understand?
I would like to
the alleged accusations.
Now let me say, they didn't only say they don't have faith in this. They say they don't. They say when the petitioner for Kogi Central and Superior Yakubu in legal cause, who appeared before the committee, accused the senators of bias and unfair handling of the petition. Now, when you have already accused people before submitting your decision of bias, then they don't need to sit. What you need to do is I will tell them, well, we will report back that you think we are biased. Well, then the Senate can now reconstitute another committee to listen to them. But before even listening to them, you've already said they are biased. Now, whatever they say... I
agree with you.
Whatever they say...
But the emphasis on the fact... Okay, look at another...
This is not just one person. They say they were biased and they've been handling it unfairly. Now, when you come to a petition, you come to a judge. And even before you submit your decision, you're already accusing the judge of bias. Then what do you expect the judge to do? Is to pull out from the case.
I think he was, yes.
Is to pull out.
Because as it stands now, it has been indefinitely. You understand?
It's to pull out.
But look at what Yakubu Soberi said. He said, how can the chairman serve as a judge in a case where he has already publicly taken a position? What is the need for us to present our case when a verdict has already been given before hearing us?
So now, if that is the case, you say the senators are biased, the chairman is biased, and you brought the petition before them. So what, if you had one, what should the Senate do? It should constitute a new...
I don't want to look at it from the position where he's talking about the Senate. He was specific in... You understand? He's talking about the chairman.
No. He said, he made not only mention, he specified the chairman, but he made mentions of members of the committee too. Which I think, in that case, whatever comes out of it, since you already come with a mind that they are biased, that the judge is biased, then whatever comes out of it, you will not accept that is a good one. Then again, there was this part between Ezekwesili and a member of the Senate, Nwe Bonyi, whereby they say they were told to take, they were told to make their own oath. To make the petition, to speak on oath. And they saw the senator who was supposed to come and is a testifier. He's not a member of the committee. That is Peter Nwemboy, Senator Peter Nwemboy, representing, I think, Ebonyi is from Ebonyi. Yes. So he was calling attention of the chairman of the committee that he wants to make, he wants to give his own, he wants to testify. And I think an exchange happened between them. What he said was that she told him to keep quiet, to shut up. And he said he wasn't responding to her. He was speaking to the Senate. And she said he should keep quiet, that he's an hooligan. That is what he said. And they started exchanging words. They started exchanging
at the end of the day, they lost it. They lost it.
I think the two of them need to be sanctioned. Both the senator and Madam Ezekwesili. She was a former minister. She should respect the Senate. And also the senator, I think he didn't, he's a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think what he did is quite shameful. So the two of them, I think, should be sanctioned for what he did. We need to respect our institutions. Whenever we go there, we don't need to go there to begin to act like it's a market place. The two of them, in my own wisdom, should be sanctioned for the roles they play, because they both exchange what they raise their voices. And I know what it started with: shut up, I won't shut up. This, you're a hooligan. No, you're a fool. You're a fool at 70. A disgrace to womanhood. These are not statements that senior citizens are respected. People that are supposed to be respected. So it all ended in the shambles. And I think all those involved in this Senator Natasha's case is becoming, to me, is becoming quite annoying. These are not issues that should take our time. They're wasting our precious time at discussing issues. Now let them come together. Let this thing be resolved without emotions and sentiments attached to it.
Yeah, just
When's the valuable time of the Nigerian Senate, both from the side of the senators and the petitioners, when we have a lot of things to discuss to move the country forward? Let them throw away their differences, their biases, and the rest of them, and let us come to the end of this unfortunate situation.
Yes, shortly before you take another paper, so our callers may be able to call in and hear their view concerning it. She criticized the committee's insistence on prioritizing Senate rules over constitutional provisions.
I don't know, but there are rules. Even for you to get your rights, there are some duties. You can't say because you're constitutional right, you jump into the Senate. We must learn how to balance this. I can't say that, okay, I have my rights, and the rules of this organization says that you have to be invited as a guest before you speak. If you have to be invited as a guest before you speak, and you must be called on, I can't say I have a right to speak, then I jump in front of the camera and start speaking.
Misbehaving. It becomes some sort of misbehavior.
Yeah, we must, again, the Senate too must understand that this is a matter of national interest. I think in some cases we just have to allow some things go so that we can come to the end of this whole scenario. It's becoming it's becoming embarrassing to everyone involved in it.
Well, maybe we should go to the next paper.
Okay, I think let me see. Another paper we have here is, let us go to, okay, I think I'll go to This Day newspaper. Okay. This Day newspaper has this interesting story that I saw there. Yes, that This Day newspaper, let me go to the headline saying, again, General Hydrocarbons Limited floors First Bank in court. General Hydrocarbons floors First Bank in court. Judge's classic case of abuse of court process set aside orders against oil company. This case has been lingering for so long, and I think it's time that the parties involved should resolve it. We also have on this day, Cardoso hails growing investor confidence in economic trajectory. Since despite challenges, progress achieving FX stabilization, inflation, and reduction. That is from the governor of the CBN, Cardoso. We also have the major airline saying in a historic deal, U.S. buys over 2 million barrels of jet fuel from Dangote refinery. 2 million barrels of jet fuel. Let me take that story. It quite interests me to see this this morning. The story has it that. Let me ask, please hold on. And in an historic business deal, the Dangote Petroleum Refinery yesterday announced that the United States imported over 2 million barrels of jet fuel from the 650,000 barrels per day facility this March alone, underscoring the growing global impact of the world's largest single-train refinery located in Lagos. The entrance of the Dangote refinery into the U.S. market is expected to see jet fuel hit a 2-year high in the country this month, as well as lower the price of aviation fuel in the peak summer travel season, according to trade analysts. Data from ship tracking service Player, referenced by a statement from the Dangote refinery, showed that 6 vessels carrying around 1.7 million barrels of jet fuel from the refinery arrived at U.S. ports this month, while another vessel, Hafnia Andromeda, is set to arrive at the Everglades terminal on March 29 with approximately 348 barrels of jet fuel. This shipment to the U.S. followed the export of 3 cargos of jet fuel, totaling around 130 million liters from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia. But the Dangote refinery has already demonstrated its ability to compete with European refiners on petrol export. It is believed that the jet fuel shipment to the U.S. could also challenge economies of domestic producers in the world's largest fuel consuming nation. I think this is a very wonderful story for Dangote refinery, in particular Nigeria in general, because now we have a situation whereby Dangote is becoming a major player in the world, in the supply of petroleum products across the world. So from what you've seen now, he has been able to supply to, sometime earlier this year, supply to Saudi Arabia, and now he's also supply to the U.S. So with about 1.7 million barrels, as reported by observers, have left Dangote refinery and arrived at U.S. ports this month. And another vessel carried about 348,000 barrels of jet fuel. And earlier, about 130 million liters from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia, so it has demonstrated the ability. And I'm proud of what Dangote Refinery is doing. And I think this is what other investors should be looking at. I think with more like this in our economy, I think it's going to free up the economy and allow Nigeria to get back to its glory days.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, it marks a major milestone for Nigeria's refining industry. It highlights the potential for self-sufficiency in fuel production while reducing foreign exchange inflows. The challenges facing Dangote refinery, including potential resistance and the hurdles that has to do with regulations, and the fact that the NNPCL is having 1 or 2 challenges in keeping to their own agreement of how they're supposed to supply to him some barrels of crude oil, should go a long way to tell NNPCL that there is a need for them to sit up. If the almighty USA and Saudi Arabia, who is a household name when it has to come to do with petrol and petroleum products, are coming to Nigeria to buy jet fuel from a reputable company like Dangote, it goes a long way to tell the stakeholders in Nigeria that we've have something good coming from our shoes. So there is a need for us to give him all the necessary support and attention that is required. So at the end of the day, it will be for the betterment of Nigeria and the societies around this part of the world.
Okay, and there's some other information attached to this before we move on. It said impact expected to lower prices of aviation fuel in peak summer. So Dangote refinery impact is expected to lower aviation fuel in peak summer. Expert AIL firm for successful accessing new markets, Manufacturer Association of Nigeria, the Dangote production of polypropylene to revive textile industry saved Nigeria about $267 million. And also firm issues tender for 88,000 tons of low sulfur, 40,000 tons slurry oil. And also they say they may shut down partially for routine maintenance in June 1. So I think Nigerians should look up to this so that when it happens, we don't begin to carry rumor that Dangote refinery as, the way social media. So the refinery may shut down partially for routine maintenance in June, according to this report from this day. I think at this stage we can have the numbers displayed so that our callers can begin to call in. Please, we will have our numbers displayed on the screen so you can begin to call into the program. And we just want to let you know that, yes, your caller are much expected, but you have to keep it brief, and you also have to ensure that you stay away from where we'll be getting feedback. You bring down the volume of your TV set, or you move away from where your TV set is, so that we don't get some feedbacks from your end there. So, and also have to introduce yourself and where you're calling from. Thank you very much. So the number has been displayed on the screen there. Yeah, it's at 070 4919-8503. That is the number to call. So we are expecting your call. So what other papers do you have there too?
Now let's go to the stories that are on the cover page of the Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard newspaper has this story: First Lady in Delta State present kits to midwives. Then there is this major story on the cover page of the Vanguard. It said, bid to bomb another pipeline in Rivers foiled. Police, Army, Navy, Air Force, and others. That's a statement attributed to the security agencies of how a bid to bomb another pipeline in Rivers has been foiled. And there's failed democracy, presidency tackles Obi and others. The presidency has responded to those statements that were analyzed on yesterday, where the Obi and others, former President Obasanjo, were talking about how democracy has failed, and Obasanjo said it failed because democracy is not African. We're asking whether corruption that made democracy not to thrive is African. Then another headline on the cover page of the Vanguard newspaper is suspension, judge hands off Natasha's case, cites Akpabio's petition. Again, that story you just mentioned, General Hydrocarbon Limited floors First Bank in court. Cecilia Ibru from hospital to prison. Boko Haram raids 2 military formations in Borno. Super Eagles qualification hopes dims. Now I'll go back and take the major story that is on the cover page of the Vanguard newspaper. It says, the police, who spoke on behalf of other security agencies, including the Army and Navy, Air Force, among others, also vowed to protect all critical infrastructure of government and ensure that total security of lives and property of people in the state amidst emergency rule. Briefing the media yesterday, the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Olugbenga Adepoju, noted that their joint operation has been instrumental to the sustenance of peace in the state. He said, I extend our profound commendation to joint patrol operations conducted by the police, the armed forces, like that. And well, this, are you aware that the sole administrator is beginning to make appointments? He appointed an acting head of service after the resignation of the sitting head of service.
I think he has no time to waste. He has a job to do, and it's within 6 months, so he needs to hit the ground running, and he needs these appointments to ensure that things are done. He can't do it alone. So it is good. He has been empowered by the National Assembly and the executive to do the job. So let him do it without fear or favor.
Yes, and this NLC and TU is treating strike if emergency rules is not reversed. Do you think the reversal of this emergency rule will give any good result in Rivers State, considering that we're beginning to see the impact and good result of the emergency rule, just like it was mentioned from the onset that the government, there can be no vacuum in government. So he's beginning to make appointment, he's beginning to see to it that life and properties have been safeguarded in Rivers State, ensuring that everything is in order, synergizing with all the security agencies to see to it that things are going on well. And now there are still calls from here and there calling on the reversal of, so that what does it mean? going back to status quo where the State House of Assembly will still come and be having crisis with the governor? Or is it that these people agitating for the reversal of the state of emergency have seen that a peace has already returned between the two factions and there's tendency that there will be peace now for the development of the state?
To me, I think it is just, these statements are unnecessary. If the NLC and TUC feels that emergency rule, they should go to court, and we shouldn't hit up this thing with strikes and the threat of strike. Go to court, let the Supreme Court interpret, and the PDP governors, some of them, in their wisdom, they've gone to court. So let's see what the Supreme Court has to say about it, rather than, it's a security, it's a breakdown of law and order that led to the emergency rule, to forestall breakdown of law and order. So when you begin to threaten strikes and the rest of it, and if you ask me what has strike ever achieved in Nigeria, we end up just going on strike, and at the end of the day, nothing is done. So rather than threatening strikes and other things, let them focus on the welfare of workers, or go to court if there's a need for them to be part of this agitation against the state of emergency.
And talking about going to the court, I think there's this report then
it can start anywhere, but if the Supreme Court have ruled, it has ruled. Now, these are someone that went to the Federal High Court to ask for it to be sacked. But there's also a court in the Supreme. If this comes before the Supreme Court, well, I don't know how it affects because it's out of necessity, and that was suspended. But as it is, the Supreme Court are also sitting. So, well, you might also decide to go to a customary court and try to suspend the. But I think it's good we go to the courts. Let the courts decide what will happen, since it is the role of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary to decide these issues.
Don't you think it is better off for these agitations to be channeled towards the amendment of the Constitution that brought about this in the first place, other than saying going to the court and other things? Maybe these energies now should be channeled towards the National Assembly amending the Constitution and setting these things right, so that next time it will be a clear-cut something that everybody knows that, yes.
Well, there's a short-term and a long-term way to look at issue. In the short term, you go to the courts for interpretation, and if the court interprets it clearly, I think you may not even need any amendment, because there's a precedent in the courts, especially the Supreme Court, if it has ruled and it okays the procedure, then I think it is just anytime just to go back to what the Supreme Court. In the long term, then you can ask for amendment of the Constitution. But there's nothing wrong with going to the courts to seek clarification on this.
How long will it take the National Assembly to amend? Will it take them too much time?
It takes these are political issues, and they have to go through as it is now in the House of Reps. There are some constitutional amendments that are going on. They have to sit first sitting, second sitting, the public hearing goes to the State House of Assemblies. It has to have a two-thirds majority of this and that. So it is not, I wouldn't want to use the word tedious. I wouldn't want to say it's a tedious process, but it's a process that has to be that it has a lot of parts involved. So it's not something that can be done hastily. So it's something that has to be done with all. You can't just, this is something that you need input, so that you don't make the error. By being hasty, you just look at one angle, you fix it, then tomorrow something pops up. The court is there to interpret what we have now, while we take our time to really look at that section and come up with a very viable amendment.
Now, how about shortly before we go to the next newspaper, as you have available there, how about that issue of Prince Abubakar Audu's death, and how that law was amended, that constitution was amended to see how further occurrence is forestalled? How long did it take them to, it was a political issue too, but I think it was done in such a way that
it wasn't done immediately. It took time. It took time for it. I think it was even, it took months before they could arrive at that.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe before 6 months. Before, if they initiate it now, if the National Assembly initiate it now, do you think it will take them
do you know
up to 6 months?
They are political. When something has political intonations, you really can't rush the political actors. Because if you don't do your own work well, to kill it is just for the state of assemblies to vote yes. So we saw what happened to local government autonomy.
Yeah.
We saw how the bill went in, and almost every state thumped down the bill, and they had to go the shortcut of the Supreme Court. So some of these things are easier, and some of those agitating for it now will back out of it at the end of the day. Or when it is amended, they will say it is not what they wanted. So the short-term one is here, and also we also have the long-term. There's a need for it, but there's also a need for us to be very, very careful when we are amending this thing, so that we don't fall back to where we were before the amendment.
Okay, over to you.
Well, let me take this another paper here where okay, let's see which of the papers have us. I think most of them carry the same stories. And well, our viewers, we're still waiting for your call. We're waiting for you to call in. I'm sure it could be the network, because once it starts coming in, it comes like a rainfall, like rainfall. Let me say, okay, this is the Guardian. The Guardian has that these are the headlines on the Guardian says again, General Hydrocarbons Limited floors First Bank in court. That is on the Guardian. Another headline on the Guardian says Minister unveils 5 million jobs initiative for youth. That is on page 4 of the Guardian. We also have federal government crackdown irregular migrants on August 1st. There's a story. There's another story on the Guardian. Also on the Guardian, we have appeal court state action on Bayero solicitors to return parties to Supreme Court. I think they need to decide this case or put a leash on both sides before the next Durbar, so that we don't it doesn't lead to breakdown of law of order in Kano State. And we have Atiku rally support for new political movements on seats at Tinubu. Also have Natasha petition has yet to meet requirements for recall, says INEC. Then APC, PDP, Labour Party spent 10.4 billion on campaigns during Edo Ondo Guba polls. Organized labor threatened nationwide strike over Rivers political crisis. Then Odina, Kalu, Uriwa tell judges to distance themselves from politics and politicians. That is from Odina, Kalu, and Uriwa. We also have the major headlines, a mixed reaction to a proposal to hold general elections in one day. That is the story that interests me there in the Guardian, and then what does it have to say? Let us go through the story and see what it says. Say the proposed bill by the House of Representatives to simultaneously conduct elections into the office of the President, State Governor, National Assembly, State House of Assembly, and local government areas on the same day has elicited mixed reactions among stakeholders. While most Nigerians agree with the need to compress election days and save avoidable costs, they also raise reservations about Nigerians and Independent National Electoral Commission's readiness for the proposed cumbersome phase. The lawmakers, in a bid to ensure credibility in the electioneering process at the plenary yesterday, made significant inroads towards conduct of elections in a day. Similarly, the House also considered establishing the Local Government Electoral Commission, LGEC, to conduct all local government council elections, which are currently conducted and funded by the State Electoral Commission. The proposed legislation on conduct of election on the same day, sponsored by members of the House, Ikenga Ogo Chinyere, Francis Ejirogene, Wave, and 34 others, scaled the second reading at the plenary presided by Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu. The bill aims to alter provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended to provide that general elections to the office of the President, state governors, National Assembly, State House of Assembly, and local government area councils shall be conducted simultaneously on the same day to be determined by an independent National Electoral Commission in consultation with the National Assembly. Well, this is an interesting bill in the House of Reps, and it has sponsored by three senators and 34, 3 members of Reps and 34 others. And I think, well, it is interesting. Let us see what will come out of it. The need for all elections to be conducted in one day to save cost and also to save cost and also to ensure that there's uniformity in the way the elections are conducted. To me, well, it's not here, it's not there. More concerned about efficiency. Do we have the efficiency to ensure that this election is done properly? That is one. Two, is this what Nigerians want? That is another thing. And then three, does this solve the problem of rigging and election malpractices? Four, well, it is open to discussions.
I think it increases the chance of rigging. No, it decreases the chances of rigging, considering that this time in House of Take Gobarambera, everybody will be fighting, the governor will be fighting for his seat, he will not be ready, members of assembly will be fighting for his own seat, he will not be ready to make a mistake so that at the end of the day, another person will benefit. So at the end of the day, it goes a long way in helping check rigging and vote buying and godfatherism and other things like that. Then the issue of whether INEC has the structure now to be able to conduct such elections is another question, because even when the elections are not being held in the same day, they have to bring people like the NYC, ad hoc staff and other things like that. Maybe INEC does not have the manpower to conduct about, okay, how many elections now? Local government, House of Assembly, Governor, House of Reps, Senate, Presidents. About 6 or 7 elections in one day. Maybe they may not have the strength and the structure and the equipment to be able to conduct the election. But the aspect of it reducing cost is actually welcoming, because it will reduce the costs that because presently elections are being held for over 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks. So it's actually expensive.
I think there's going to be public hearing and other people coming in. That is when we will hear the opinions of experts and those involved. And I think INEC too will need to come in and also make their own submissions, look at it with the way they are presently constituted. Are they ready for this? And if they are not ready, what do they need to be ready for this? It's a good one from the House of Assembly, and I think Nigerians will discuss more on this. With time, I think people by today, this will be one of the major topics of discussion across our homes and offices in Nigeria. Well, I think our time is far spent for this segment. We have to go on a break. When we come back, the Pidgin section continue, and the morning show, the Pidgin section of the morning show will continue, and the morning show as a whole will continue. Thank you. We look forward to see you on the other side of the break. Thank you.
Attention Taraba, here is a public service announcement to all youth groups and organizations in Taraba State. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Taraba State on Youth Affairs, in collaboration with the Special Advisor, Youth Empowerment and the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Taraba State Chapter, invites all youth groups in the state to register for Taraba State Youth Transformation Initiative. Registration is free. The Taraba Youth Transformation Initiative is strategically designed to identify and equip youth groups with skills to enhance youth development. Registration will take place in all the 168 political wards in Taraba State. Registration starts 31st of March 2025. Venue: all local government secretariats across the state. Don't miss out. Register your youth groups today and take a step towards unlocking your full potentials. Join us and let's build a brighter future for Taraba youths. Ambassador Emmanuel George, JP, SSA, Youth Affairs, Announcer.
No matter how long you live, you cannot learn it all. You only do your best because you know go feed you all. So if you want to criticize me,
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large. Comfort, safety and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy, and Nigeria's transportation future.
Ari Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
We offer shuttle services. We started with Jalingo Yola, and right now as I'm talking to you, we are already looking out for a terminal in Abuja, because Abuja route is actually the ultimate. That was the motivation behind the establishment of the company, so that travels between Abuja and Jalingo can be done comfortably. So we are trusting God that by April, before the end of April, we will start the Abuja route. We are already looking out for a terminal. And so that is the basic thing. And we go into car hire services too. You can hire our Sienna buses, you can hire our Hummer buses, you can also hire our ambulances. So we have all these types of vehicles in place. And I want to say here, what I mean by travel in comfort is that if you are traveling with our Sienna bus, for example, we don't take more than 5 passengers on our shuttle trips. But if you hire it, we allow you to take up to 6 passengers. In other words, 3 people can sit at the back, 2 at the center, and 1 in front. But if it is through our shuttle services, it's only 5.
We ensure we take off on time and also arrive on time, most especially for our airport passengers that would love to catch up with a flight to their various destinations. And also we provide comfort and relaxation. All our vehicles are fully air-conditioned vehicles.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety and reliability. Witness their impact on the people.
Attention Taraba, here is a public service announcement to all youth groups and organizations in Taraba State. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Taraba State on Youth Affairs, in collaboration with the Special Advisor, Youth Empowerment and the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Taraba State Chapter, invites all youth groups in the state to register for Taraba State Youth Transformation Initiative. Registration is free. The Taraba Youth Transformation Initiative is strategically designed to identify
country people are the throwaway salute to una this morning. And I welcome una to the pidgin section of our newspaper headline review. As this na section where we dey knack una tori on things where they happen for inside the week country, even to serve our community and our society. My name is Esther Oka Steven, and with me this morning, now my usual guest, my correct person capacity mama, will be Auntie Fetty Apollo. So Auntie Fetty, good morning this morning.
Good morning, madam.
Okay, oh, my country people, our story this morning carry us beginning from Niger State. When it be say one madman go mistakenly, whether not mistakenly, I go take it talk and because of say in the cycle, my country people, as na don't hear me take it talk, I'm saying a madman carry knife take chuku 125-year-old man when he be say in name be Shamsin Dansheu to death in my country people. Now, so eyewitnesses come outside, come begin to talk. Say this is madman, a person when he be say for some time, then don't they see him for that area? Say in the pick things from ground, in the run up and down, and also in activities, everything when they do show say na simply madman, na him be. Then talk say as that show they come outside, they say they go to buy something, and this is madman. Come meet that show for road to hold that show for in hand. Dansheu self no say this man a madman. Leave in my hand where Dansheu they shout now from there. Now fight begin you my country people. As the fight begin, we not sabi where this madman come out knife from for inside him body. Now so he carry this knife chook Dansheu. Police talk person come outside from top of this matter when he name now Wasiu Abiodun. As he come out for this matter, he said they don't confirm this incident and say indeed Dansheu don't die. And also then follow confirm and say the man na mad person. Why I carry this story come be say he pepper me well because of say I don't see the conclusion of the matter. I don't know whether the disciplinary action will go follow for the matter. Now make a carry come outside, make una help me make my market women people who them understand that with some society people. Why it be say disciplinary action not fit take place? Disciplinary action fit take place at all. My country people who say this man a madman, in sabi wetin they do. Auntie Fetty, I want make you help me chukumatu for inside this matter concerning this action when it be say this madman do to Dansheu. Disciplinary action fit take place at all.
Wait I go talk with you. This matter is a very sad story as this man can die like that because of the ignorance of people where they around. You get? You know, so when it comes to madness, the law no they tutu put matter mouth for this kind of thing because the man a madman. Do you get? And my problem is government made them come out. All those madman people where they root, may them catch them. May them take them to proper health care where they could treat them. Okay. Because as this matter they like this, the reason why this because government leave mad people they work out all about. My question be see as this incident they happen now. People where they around they don't see waiting they happen. Because for fights, may fight come people where they the community, they don't say this man a madman. So as because in the fight with normal human being, they supposed come out, can't say may they separate this fight this one are between madman and normal human being and again may them as you say now investigation go on. Okay. May them just catch this madman. Or give them proper treatment. And for the family who lost their person. May them compensate. May government compensate them because this one, it is very painful to lose somebody for ignorance of another person and government too. This thing for Lagos, all those north, south, they get that kind of thing. If they see madman, they walk out. They see you, they walk out. You they talk only you. They go catch you, go do tests. May they know say you did alright when you they walk out like that. So I beg our government where they not where we did this way they will not get that kind. People where they go they search mad people. I beg, no come out, no look for people where they go they treat them because this incident made them just touch like this matter as it be like that.
Okay, oh my country people, as Anti-Faith take talk and say this matter is heavy for math person no fit talk am all my country people. I beg make government to touchlight this matter on how to compensate the family of Dan Shehu, because this thing pepper me for body wella. Even say when people know say this man na mad man, when he always see you hand where they fight, country people they're not supposed to go share that fight. And then take a sit down there, they watch, and then make me they talk and say this our social media thing, it don't too much. When it be say person go they die for inside the country, you go see say somebody picking go won't follow for inside the water. Person will get the picking for us, we're supposed to go draw that child. Say no, go to the river. Instead of him to run, go hold that child, he go run. Where is my phone? Where is my phone? He want to video and to tell you, say this child come out, he don't they go to water. This child want to follow for water. Those kind of information, that kind of people who say when they bring out that kind of video, may we begin to discipline them, my country people. And so they go take look battle fire, go they catch you for us. Instead of them to call firefighters or to go carry water to do some kind thing, they go the video, okay, the fire don't they go this house, the fire don't they enter this shop. Waiting they worry una for head, waiting una shop with country people. I beg you next time when the mad people now they see mad people make una dey clear road, because this story come make me remember wetin happen for my side over there, my country people. When it be say one chief daughter where they mad go kill one Okada boy for inside the market. Now so they take beat that woman to death. They beat that mad woman till that mad woman die. Okay, so my country people, so we go they check mad people for us, because some of them they fit come in disguise. Some of them fit come on assignment. When they don't carry out assignment, some kind of time for 4 months to 5 months, they hot to person where they fit out to. They fit fly, go for another state or another area, go still commit the same act. So some kind of thing make we dey check and well. I thank God say the matter still they go on, and I believe you say then go continue to the touchlight this matter. And on how the story take go, we go carry am con nakuna on this station as usual. Okay, oh my country people, for those of you now, we just they join us this in the pidgin section of our newspaper headline review, where we then nakuna matter on things where they happen for inside the weak country, even for our society. For now, we just they join us, we just talk matter when it happen for inside the Niger state, when it be say one mad man can kill one 25-year-old boy, when it be say in name be Dan Shehu. But as I they talk to una so, police is still they touchlight this matter. Okay, oh my country people, to read on can carry us to enter for inside the Imo state when it be Owerri. My country people, as one proprietor carry gun shoot one 13-year-old boy for inside the Owerri. This is 13-year-old boy where that proprietor na person when he be say he get school owner. Now Oyibo people they call them say proprietor. Okay, oh, sake of say this boy, maybe 13-year-old, they play ball with his colleagues, them, my country people. They say as the process of playing ball with his colleagues, them like him, 13-year-old children, them. So now from there, now the ball can jump, enter the fence of one school where them they call My Excellent Nursery and Primary School. Now the name of that primary school. The proprietor now the owner of My Excellent Nursery and the Primary School. Why this 13-year-old boy? The name of his own school now, OBA Development Secondary School. Now be in own school. So as the ball come from in place, he enter inside that My Excellent Primary School, my country people. Now from there, this boy can't go to the gate to go to carry this ball. When he reach the gate of that school, they lock. He can't come back, can't tell him friends, he say, okay, he go fit he jump, say make him jump over the fence, go carry ball, come out for them. As this boy jump, enter fence, when he carry ball, won't come out now from there. Then the owner of the school come outside. He say, now where you they run away go? Now the boy say, Oga, say our ball, we they play ball, now the ball will enter inside your school premises, please, Oga, make you no vex. Now our ball, now I carry to take go outside. Now the man say, okay, despite he say, you see, say, we lock fence, you still get in mind, can't take a jump, enter, so till they can't carry ball. The boy say, please, sir, make you no vex. Now from there, the proprietor, he vex, he come out to pistol, come outside, and now he shoot this boy 2 times. My country people, who now hear this one when I talk, so 13-year-old beginning, 9 person papa, owner of a school, person when he be say, he they raise children, like this same child, of this same child's age. comot to pistol shoot this same boy. My country people na crazy. This man who dey crazy. My country people are carry this in matter come nakuna because the thing he pepper me for body well. And I want to make Auntie Feti chukumat for this matter. Before me self go talk my own because the thing is still they pepper me for body. Auntie Feti, I beg chukumat for this matter for me first.
This matter I get as a bill. Because this man what he do like this, he made an investigate this matter. Okay. This man he dey alright. He go try tell us say during time when they little, you know they play ball. Okay. Because this is a normal thing now. Children go they play ball. Your ball go enter another person compound. You go. Some people say if ball enter their compound, they go just carry the ball throw it back for you. Because they not saying our children. Our children are having fun. When you go carry in go get my in a proprietor of school. In get in children day in school, you know how things they be. You go because ball enter your compound now, your own school. You go carry pistol, can shoot small boy. We no sabi anything. The thing will pay me pass be say the boy can say, "Oga, please." Ew. Even if now you know be the woman being they tell you say please. Even if na animal tell the animal please no kill me. Animal go at this now. You go show for your face. You say you they begging. You get. And this man, like this man, no get caution. Wait till I want me them do that because this kind of thing, normal man be no fit do that kind of act. Okay. Make them carry and go psychiatry. Make them check him brain whether they alright. If they alright, now they go carry and make them give and make law handle and well. After it for don't face the law, correct punishment. They go carry and go hospital because this one no be any. They will not be matter. Where they go take them likely in a proprietor in their school, in supposed to do the act when they do like that. I bet my country people more na comment on this thing, no, because this story get as it be. Two of us no fit table this matter. The heavy for our math in my country. People who know this kind of matter, they make my native people who them they shout a little low. Many times they shout this kind of shouting means say something serious. It don't happen, no. Something happened for inside Niger State where would they talk and say madman go chuku 25-year-old Dan Shehu. My country people, this very mad for inside the Owerri. I read them talk saying they mad. But this one, when I check and well, this one not be madness. He don't mad past that madman now because he gets sense and he not feel use the sense well. He gets sense, he not psycho, not be psycho, and he not feel reason well and a proprietor na him be my country people. I beg this man, I not sure say this man go and punish you. Because as they talk and so my blood they ought to well. This man deserve thorough beating himself before he go reach that station. On how this is small child don't come beg you say please sir. Just as Auntie Feti talk and we get children where they play ball everywhere. He enter compound, the compound owner go throw and give them pass back. He gets our children go they play ball for road to say for feed when he be say car they pass. Sometimes car go even stop for them to organize themselves and stand proper before the car go continue to the move. Proprietor person when no get patient to feed and do children. I beg the government I want to make una help me touch like this matter. For that station when una they carry this crazy man they go so because me I not saying a crazy in the crazy. Now beginning of madness and I be this one. Make una touch light and well. As una carry and go, make una chuku eye well for inside this matter. Because I believe, say, for this man to get mind, kill a 13-year-old child, it be like say you don't kill it before. Ogana me talk amo. It be like say you don't kill it before. And the children of that your nursery primary school, they not save. Parents make una come outside, make una sit up, make una know the kind of school when una they carry una children they put to. If you something not sweet for that school, ever since if it be suspect, but to thank God to say something like this, it don't come outside and it go bring them out. My country people, this story when I carry come so now from Imo State when it be Owerri, now this one happen. And as I tell una so, police see they touch light this matter. And I know say disciplinary measure, disciplinary action go take place for on top of the owner of this my excellent nursery and the primary school. Oh, guy, you not go and punish you. Okay, oh my country people, I thank you for watching this section, will be the pidgin section of our newspaper headline review. But meanwhile, my country people concerning this story when I carry Nakuna so,
Una fit message us for Facebook or at Some TV, even yourself for YouTube as Some TV Live in my country people. We full ground with they can't pay for this station in my country people. Now for here we go draw the curtain on the pidgin section of our newspaper headline review. But meanwhile, Oga Abraham and Mr. Irago can continue with the rest of the morning show. My name is Esther Oka Stephen and I thank you for watching. Nadu.
Attention Taraba! Here is a public service announcement to all youth groups and organizations in Taraba State. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Taraba State on Youth Affairs, in collaboration with the Special Advisor, Youth Empowerment and the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Taraba State Chapter, invites all youth groups in the state to register for Taraba State Youth Transformation Initiative. Registration is free. The Taraba Youth Transformation Initiative is strategically designed to identify and equip youth groups with skills to enhance youth development. Registration will take place in all the 168 political wards in Taraba State. Registration starts 31st of March 2025. Venue: all local government secretariats across the state. Don't miss out. Register your youth groups today and take a step towards unlocking your full potentials. Join us and let's build a brighter future for Taraba youths. Ambassador Emmanuel George, JP, SSA, Youth Affairs, Announcer.
No matter how long you live, you cannot learn it all. You can only do your best because you know go feed you all. So if you want to criticize me, talk small.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy and Nigeria's transportation future.
RU Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
Welcome back to the morning show on Some TV. We're back to the English segment of the morning show. This segment, we're going to be looking at the news on the news at the local level from Taraba State. So we'll be looking at news on Taraba News paper. And let's see what we have for there. And I'm still here with Mr. Daniel Kukwen, the Director of News and Current Affairs on Some TV. Once again, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, they say charity begins at home. So, let us see what we have here on Taraba News today. Say NUJ mourns Taraba State Police spokesman. NUJ mourns Taraba State Police spokesman. that is the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Taraba State Council, has expressed shock over the devastating news of the demise of SP Abdullahi Usman, the Taraba State Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO. May so rest in perfect peace.
Yeah, may so rest in perfect peace. The statement said he, before his death, served as a conduit through which journalists in the state navigate through criminal reportage without blemish, as he was always ready to supply facts and accurate information about any criminal situation in the state. He is part of us, and we're bereaved as it stands. We pray that may God comfort us and grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus.
Okay, amen. Another story here, moving on to another story. We say Taraba State government meets with Yola Electricity Distribution Company, YEDC, to address power supply shortages in Wukari local government area. I think this has to do with the Honorable Commissioner of Energy and Economic Development, Engineer Naomi Tankwa, the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Yakubu Akawu, and management of the ministry held a strategic meeting with the management of Yola Distribution Electric Company, YEDC, and its discussion centered around the 5 key issues affecting power distribution and outline practical solutions for improved service delivery. Wukari is one of the major cities in Taraba State, and I think it would be counterproductive for them not to have power supply, because Wukari is one, I think it should be the commercial nerve center of the state, and it is the biggest in the southern part of Taraba, and it connects Taraba with the southern part of Nigeria. So it's a very strategic city with tradition, with a rich history and tradition, and I think it's also a business hub. So there's no reason why they shouldn't be given priority in this regard.
Yes, Wukari is to Taraba State what Lagos is to Nigeria. The truth is that if Wukari will not have light sufficiently to power its economic activity, it is going to have adverse effects on Taraba State. So the government is doing the right thing, that it is beginning to tackle the issues that are related to the supply of power to Wukari. Wukari falls under the jurisdiction of Yola Electricity Company. I used to think that it was under the one that was supplying for Benue. I think Benue is under JET. Benue is under JET, just electricity. So it's a good move. If Wukari is properly powered, there are so many benefits that is going to come from that. So it is a good move. Commendation to the commissioner and the stakeholders. The committee that has been set up, formation of a joint technical committee, stakeholders engagement and local communities like that, all those endeavors should sit up to their responsibilities and see to it that the right thing is done, so that at the end of the day, Taraba State will stand to benefit from it.
If I'm not mistaken, the commissioner should be from Wukari.
Yes, she's from Wukari.
I think I'm very sure this issue will be tackled to the root, and even the governor is from Wukari.
Yes.
So Wukari has blessed us with 2 wonderful individuals, and it's a commercial nerve center. So I think the Yola Electricity Distribution should resolve, these issues should be resolved in a short time. Yeah. Then we have this, another story says, Chieftaincy Tosso, Ucha Sub-Clan retreat, calls on Chief Baka's removal, cites reason. So there's this, the Ucha Sub-Clan of Hukum, Chief Extraction, Wukari Local Government of Taraba State, have reiterated our call for the removal and immediate replacement of President General of the Chief Cultural and Social Association, Chief James Chichi Baka, with Mr. Jacob Zavlaha. Well, I think that is what we have there between the chieftaincy ties to Ucha Sub-Clan and Chief Baka.
But these are always a very sensitive matters. If it is not properly handled, it has the tendency to degenerate. So I call on the stakeholders, the people involved and the government and all the security agencies to see to it that this issue is handled amicably, so that at the end of the day, no life will be lost and no properties will be destroyed. Because always issues that has to do with chieftaincy is tantamount, has a propensity to degenerate into crisis where life and properties will be destroyed. So whatever it is that is going on there, it should be done in accordance to what is supposed to be. The due process should be followed. The security agencies should be properly notified, and nobody should take the laws into his hands. I think that is the best way to go about it.
I think we just call for the parties involved to ensure that they resolve this amicably and within the confines of the law. Another story is Governor Kefas received Africa Nature's investment report. The governor of Taraba State, Dr. Agbu Kefas, was presented with reports this Thursday concerning the activities of Africa Nature investors at the Gashaka Gumti Park. And during his presentation to Governor Agbu Kefas at the ESCO Chamber at Tiwa Danjuma House, ANI's Executive Director, Mr. Tunde Murakio, outlined their vision for the state, emphasizing effective management of the Gashaka Gumti National Park, driving state development and attracting investors through the park. I think this is a good collaboration because the Gashaka Gumti National Park is supposed to be one of the major IGR, internally generated revenue venture for Taraba State. And I think if we develop it, it's going to attract tourists to Taraba.
There's something I noticed that, well, I stand to be corrected, but I think since the advent of this administration, Gashaka Gumti National Park, hardly will a week pass by that you won't hear the issue that has to do with the Gashaka Gumti National Park being mentioned. So I think it is being given the right attention as it stands. Let's look forward to this situation yielding positive results for Taraba State and for Nigeria as a whole. You mentioned how it is a gold mine of a sort that is still on tap over the years. So I think with this kind of attention that has been accorded to Gashaka Gumti National Park, we're expecting that after some months or after some years, we'll begin to see how we're going to tap into these natural resources, these endowments that God has given us for us to prosper and begin to prosper according to that dimension.
Well, I think my own to run this up, to run this particular news up is that time is of essence. I think it's about time we begin to see the manifestations of all these meetings and discussions. It's time for you to leave the discussion and the paper and the slides level to get to a point whereby, yes, we know that something is happening there. And I believe it's good that it should be very, very soon. We also have this story here on the Taraba News. We say that Akwa Ibom community in Adamawa and Taraba State floats education endowment fund to key into Governor Enos Arai's agenda on education. I think the Akwa Ibom community in Adamawa and Taraba State, they are keying into their states at this thing. I think that is a good one that they been, although here in Taraba, they still are trying to do something for their people here. I think it's a sign of responsibility that they have taken upon themselves.
Yeah, I don't know how they want it to happen. They said they are keen into Governor Enos Arai's agenda on education. Well, I don't know. They said education, request governor to extend education incentives to children in diaspora. I don't know how they want to do it.
It can be done.
Okay.
When you profile, you have a record of Akwa Ibom indigenes all over the state. The governor can also pay their school fees wherever they are, provide grants for them, provide scholarship, and even part of it is what do we call it, this thing that they give to students, universities? Bursary disbursement. So these are ways in which the fact that they are not living in the state does not mean that they shouldn't enjoy some of the dividends of the state. So while it's a good one, it's always good to have your people go out so that, and when they're out, you don't forget about them. You also remember that they are part of you who has gone on a sojourn to bring back the goods of those places back home. So there are many ways in which they can key into that project.
Let's hope the governor hits to their call and see how he can make it happen for the indigenes of Akwa Ibom in diaspora.
I remember while I was in secondary school, although not living in Taraba State, but I was able to get once in a while, our school fees was being paid through a scholarship of first Gongola State, then later Taraba State. Even though we were not living in the state, we were able to key into the scholarship scheme of the state. So so this is one of the things you gain by being an indigene of a state. So, we also have this story, Sarah Bulus Humanitarian Foundation, in collaboration with Supercam Nigeria and Elite Pan Nigeria, organized an iftar with less privileged in Jalingo. Taraba State International Beauty Queen Sarah Bulus, in collaboration with Supercam Nigeria and Elite Pan Nigeria, has organized an iftar for less privileged individuals in Jalingo, the Taraba State capital. The event, which took place on the 25th of March 2025 at City Mall Plaza, had in attendance less privileged individuals from across Jalingo City, alongside other Muslim faithful joining the beauty queen in breaking the Ramadan fast. I think this is a good one from the beauty queen in collaboration with Elite Pan and our own Super Cap.
Yeah, I think she's the what is it called? The advert icon of Super Cap,
yeah.
And she's doing actually very well. It's the season where love is being shown. Ramadan period is a season for sacrifice, and congratulations and thumbs up to Super Cap and Sarah Bulus for keying into such a worthwhile initiative. We pray that she sustains this kind of effort, and we really appreciate her for showing love to the less privileged, even in seasons like this.
Okay, I think lastly, UMCN Church inaugurates 13 new health board members. I think this is where we draw the curtain on the morning show this morning, and we've had a very wonderful time. Thank you all for being there, for us, for watching, and for participating. I think we had a call or two that our network did not allow us to pick. And we thank everyone involved. My partner here, Mr. Era Daniel Kukwen, the crew, the Pigeon Section crew, Madam Esther Oka Stephen, Miss Faith Apollo's Capacity, Mama. We also have behind the cameras here the studio manager, Mr. Dominion, and also in the studios there we have our technical lead who ensures that everything is connected and nothing is left hanging anywhere for us to have a wonderful program. Also not forgetting the master control operator in the place of James Atai Manuel, and also there to support James Atai Manuel today is no other person than Meshach Lazarus, the meticulous Meshach Lazarus. So thank you everyone for this wonderful edition of the morning show, and do have a wonderful day.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation